you are struggling financially, you have kids that you need to support, and you have a W-2 at Capital One, which could lead to really a high salary. Is your mentality, were you more like figured out yourself, call your dad and learn more? Like, did you reach out for help at this point?
Did get my paralegal degree,
cool.
which I ended up never using it because, I had a job at Capital One with benefits. And but I've used that knowledge, with contracts and negotiation, just different things with that degree. But yeah, it's been a stepping stone. So really, I wasn't interested until I hit the struggle. There was no, I was comfortable, I think.
So from 16, you're living with a friend and their family, and then you're finishing up high school. Right? And then once you get through high school, you go straight to Capital One at that point? Or more or less. And then and then they are helping you with community college to some degree. And then you're going to community college to figure out paralegal work. So Capital One, and then you start having kids.
Yes, right away. Like before I graduated college.
Got it.
So,
and where are you living at this point? You're in Richmond area?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
And so that puts strain on you financially.
Oh, yeah.
And then you end up, are you looking at anything else, or do you, like, is it one of those things? Help me understand your mindset here. So you are struggling financially, you have kids that you need to support, and you have a W-2 at Capital One, which could lead to really a high salary. And I mean, there's tons of, I assume, a very tall ladder at Capital One, right? And so is your mentality, were you more like figured out yourself, call your dad and learn more? Like, did you reach out for help at this point?
Oh, yeah. And so it's interesting and important to know that my dad encourages investing, but my mom does not.
Interesting.
And they're together. So sometimes I would call them and I would ask for advice, and my mom would give me advice. My dad's like, I'm going to call you back. Wait.
Smart.
So their advice was very different. So when I actually was interested in investing as a way, my dad was like, yes, like, let's go out and do this. And my mom's like, hold on,
What was her reason? Because obviously she likely have seen the finances, the money come in from those rental properties, unless a deal went wrong or something like that. What was her reason for just didn't want you to take the risk as her daughter?
Yeah, I think it's a scary thing. You're like, well, what if? Like, she's, a young mom. There's these kids, if you make a mistake, like it's, so I think she's a very skeptical, personality. And so, she doesn't see it. She's not an optimist, optimistic type. So, if I'm calling and I'm like, I'm thinking about buying more, my dad was like, yes, do it. And she's like, what? No, like, hold on. So, but now it's funny, and we can talk about the journey, but now we've won her over, and now my brother's buying for himself, and,
That's cool.
They're lending in our businesses. So we've won her over.